And welcome back to another lesson of how to manage tech. I'm Dean Tuvey, and what I want to do is continue now and take you further with the ITIL process skeleton. And I want to augment that core value stream that I showed you last time and take that a little bit further. Let's go and catch up to where we were last week. So you'll probably remember that we had this picture here. And as you remember, a user contacts the service desk with an error. We log that using an incident and focus on fixing it as quickly as possible at first level. Separately, we may choose to open up a problem record. There's a trend emerging over time, or it's an incident we want to make sure never happens again. So we'll open up a problem record, link the incidents to that problem record, and pursue root cause analysis, doing the deep dive, attempting to fix it properly or permanently in problem management. Often the fix takes the form of a change, so we'll raise a change request and that gets approved, scheduled, planned, and then the build, test, deploy, and early life support is all provided via release management, which coordinates activities like test and deploy in particular. All right, let's pick up the thread then and carry on with more processes filling out our ITIL process skeleton. Now I need to add a few more things to this, and in particular I want to add a practice called configuration management. And this is a very important, probably a fourth practice after change. It's managing information about our kit. And by that I mean our infrastructure and our components, our applications, and how they all hang together and help to deliver service. Let's add configuration management in. And I'm putting configuration management underneath change management because these two have a very close relationship. And in particular, they exchange a lot of information where change provides information on updates to configuration management. As components are upgraded, changed, swapped, deleted, we pass those information updates to configuration management. Configuration management in turn maintains a database or a set of databases that categorize and record all those items and also capture their relationships. What that does is give us a model or a map that supports various actions, particularly impact analysis in change. In other words, we go to change something, we try and understand the domino effect or the ripple effect. We use configuration management to let us know what we've got and how it all connects together. And what I want to do is just quickly show you that configuration management database or configuration management system in the picture to indicate that that is updated by the process. That's like a database there. And what we'll do is make that look like a database. We'll make it a little drum symbol like that. Yeah, haven't used one of these before. That's okay. Not quite finished yet. I want to add a couple of other really valuable supporting processes around this. Now, one of the main lines of business at the service desk, other than incident management, is what we call request management or service requests. And these are all the user interactions that are relatively harmless, where something's not broken, but users are requesting information. They have testimonials, complaints, compliments they want to pay back to IT, or for example, they want to request standard hardware or software. So for example, getting a laptop issued or getting a copy of Visio, something along those lines. Let's add that in, but show it coming in via, say, self-service rather than having to be a phone call or an email to the service desk. So what I'm going to do here is I'm going to put self-service up here as an option via, say, a portal, like so. And that's another one of our ways in which users can engage. So they can come in this way as well. And what they can do is they can log a ticket, like an incident ticket, or they can log a service request to our service request management practice. I'll talk about the difference between practice and process in a little moment. And they can log that service request there like so. And another option too is that in the middle of logging an incident, we may actually find that it's not an incident, but a service request, and also the service desk can log service requests as well. Now, maybe this diagram's starting to get a little bit crazy, but I think you get the idea. Certainly what I want to impress upon you is that request management, managing that body of user interactions in an efficient, prompt, user-friendly way is a big job for the service desk and a very important transactional job to get automated and streamlined and very proceduralized, because it represents a lot of the way in which the organization transacts, not only with IT, but the administration of the organization itself. So wherever IT is an enabler of the business, Service Request Manager is a big part of that. What I want to do is I want to add onto this a known error database, which is something that the problem management process or practice updates with findings and research from the work we've been doing. This is my known error database. This is a very valuable collection of knowledge articles, information about what we've discovered by way of bugs, and these known errors are going to help facilitate future resolutions in a nice fast fashion. And that is a very valuable output from problem management, along with finding fixes, of course, but generating knowledge, as it were, about what's going on in our infrastructure and with our applications, for example. I've missed testing. I want to put testing back in as being part of the release cycle, yeah? And what I also want to do is I want to show project management being a major source of change requests and being like a customer of change, if you like. So let me add those two in now. So here's project management. I'll put the management there. I haven't been writing the project management up until this point, but I'll pop that in like so. And that's a big source of change requests. And also what I want to do is show that testing is something that is done as part of the release. Now, it's a separate activity, but I want to show that release coordinates that. And there's one more thing I'm going to add on to this. I know it's going a little bit crazy, but I just want to show you the completeness, the complete skeleton, if you like, that you get out of ITIL. Let me just add in event management, which I think is a very, very powerful process, especially in the operational space, to get right as well. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to put event management down here. And the reason I'm putting it down there is I want to be able to show you that event management plugs into things. So it plugs into incident management for detecting when we've got incident issues. It can plug into problem management in the form of logs that help with our root cause analysis. And what we can also do is we can provide a feed into the service desk so they are able to see what's going on as well as, and we would provide event management into things like our data center and our NOCs and our operation centers and so on. That's actually looking pretty good. I'm pretty happy with that, right? Now, what I call this is the ITIL process skeleton. And what I mean by that is that I take my daughter to a museum and I show her a blue whale skeleton. And you can see in the blue whale skeleton the spine, hips, and you can see in the flukes, you can see these large 5 fingers within the fluke and a fused thumb bone. So I'm able to show that she has a similar skeleton to the blue whale because we're both mammals, we're both invertebrates. In the same way, every organization has this process skeleton that binds and holds it together. There has to be a way to roll out new work. There has to be a way to provide updates to that. There has to be a way to fix things when they go wrong. And there has to be a way to respond to users asking for information. So incident management, change management, request management, new solutions. Those 4 ways of doing business with IT actually underpin the architecture that I mentioned, IT for IT, last week. Not going to go into that now, but this is just to give you a little bit of an x-ray. In my next lesson, I want to add a top layer to this, showing how the other parts of ITIL also work together in this process skeleton. Let's leave it there for now, though. Hope that was useful to you, and I'll see you on the next lesson. If you like this video, then hit the like button and subscribe. Remember to hit the bell notification so you'll be updated when I release a new lesson. And feel free to share this lesson with anyone you think who might get value out of it. I've added some cards to the next lessons you might want to watch after this one. Feel free to ask me any questions or leave a comment below, along with any ideas you have for future videos. Thanks very much for watching. I look forward to chatting to you more soon.